everyone, it's me, Vicki. Welcome back. Today's class is slow flow yoga. And I like slow flow yoga because it brings a nice breath to movement connection into the body. So one breath per movement. I think you'll find it relatively easy to follow. This practice is for beginners or intermediate practitioners. You can always rest in child's pose if you need a little break in the class. All right, so let's start practice on our backs today. Take your time to maneuver onto your back and feel free to keep your legs straight or bent, whichever feels better for your back. Either way. And today, just placing one hand on our lower belly, right underneath your belly button, and the other hand on your heart. And just allow yourself to breathe like this. We'll be able to feel the prana energy, the breath energy in the body with this hand on the lower belly. And our hand on our heart brings us to the gratitude of the day. We are grateful in unchanging times as well as changing times that we have a roof over our heads, we have earth under our bodies, we have a yoga practice to lean on. So just deep gratitude today for everything that we have. And as you continue a few more breaths here, let's also have a little gratitude for our breath. Our breath is our lifeline. If we are breathing, we are alive, we are vibrant. Just let that prana energy fill you. Gratitude of the day. 4 more breaths, just like this. The inhale and the exhale. Let it fill you. Let yourself relax right into your practice. 2 more. Deep gratitude. On your next inhale, slowly let your arms come overhead to the ground beyond your head and your legs to straighten out if you can. Let yourself stretch long, a full body stretch, maybe bigger than you've stretched all day. And your next exhale brings the left knee into the chest. Let your arms come around, hands to hold the thigh, bringing that knee into the heart center. Let's keep that right leg long if we can. If not, bend it slightly for more comfort on your lower back. Now opening up again to that full body stretch, arms and legs out. This time the right knee into the chest. Drawing the shoulders back down to earth here, left leg long or slightly bent. Breathing. Let's move with breath connection now. Inhale, open, long. Exhale, left knee into the chest. Inhale, open and lengthen. Exhale, right knee into the chest. Inhale, open, lengthen. Exhale the left knee into the chest. Continuing on, inhale. Exhale, right knee into the chest. Inhale again, lengthen. This time, left knee into the chest. Heart can lift to the knee as an option. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right knee into the chest. Heart can lift towards the knee as a little option. Inhale, lengthen. 2 more rounds at your own pace, one by one. First, the left knee comes in, and then the right knee comes in. Nice big breath in the body here, stimulating that prana energy, letting it deepen your gratitude today. Good. And we'll end with a full body stretch, slowly bringing your knees to a bent position. Let's float the arms down to our sides, preparing for bridge flow. Remember, on your bridge pose, the feet press strongly into the ground. Engage your inner thighs, roll your shoulders down, and inhale into lift hips. Exhale, lower the hips. Let that low back just graze the mat. And inhale, lift up again, filling the lungs. Exhale, lower the hips, let the low back touch. Inhale, lift again. Good, exhale, lower again. 2 more rounds of our bridge flow. Keeping our bodies healthy, bringing that fresh oxygen into your lungs. 1 more time, inhale, lift. And exhale, lower all the way back down this time. 1 knee at a time into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Sway side to side. We will be shifting our position now to child pose. This is a little bit of movement now to get there. Let's drop down to one side with the knees. And then just swing yourself up and around. This takes a little time, right? All the way so your head is at the front of your mat, your toes are at the back of your mat, arms extended, forearms can drop if you wish, forehead to the ground. Notice your hips, your back. Take a little time here. One more breath. On your next breath, slowly float yourself to tabletop posture. That's all fours. Our hips are over our knees and our shoulders are over our wrists. Now let's extend our left leg long, toes down. Let's leave it about hip height with our right arm to add on if you can, right? Tapping the mat now 3 times with pinky finger and big toe. Tap down and then back up on your inhale. Exhale, tap down. Back up on your inhale. 1 more. Exhale, tap down. Back up on your inhale. Good. Now just the right hand back to the ground. Let's take this left leg and take it around past your right shin. Drop the ball of that foot on the ground past your mat and shift your gaze to the right. Pressing a little bit more into your left heel of your hand there, stretching through your left side body. Good. Bring yourself all the way back and bring the left knee back under the hip. Very nice job. Right leg comes out long. Hip height, toes down, heel presses out towards your back wall. Let's take the left arm out in front with it. Notice palm of the hand there is facing in. We'll tap the pinky finger and big toe down and back up again. Exhale down, back up again. Exhale down, back up again. Hold there. Now let's bring this left hand back underneath the shoulder. We'll take the right leg across past the left shin, over on the floor, right, beyond your mat, shifting your gaze left, stretching through your right hip. Breathe. 2 more breaths. Slowly back to your tabletop. This time, right hand to hip. Take a twist and hold there. Shifting your gaze right. Breathing. Exhale that hand down. Now the left. Twisting. Breathing. Beautiful. Exhale, left hand down, sinking back into your child pose. Take a little break. Take a few breaths here. Remind yourself of this pose as we move along in our practice today. You may need to come back here again, even if I'm not demonstrating the pose at the time. Let's move through a little flow now with our arms out long in front of us. Inhaling to assisted plank pose. That is a knee down plank pose. Shoulders over the wrists, belly tight. Exhale, back to child. And the same thing again. Inhale, come forward. Breathe. Exhale, back to child. Lead with your belly button towards your spine. Inhale, come forward. Let your heart lead you forward. Exhale, come back to child. Same thing again. As much as you can do here, you can always take a little break. This gentle, almost rocking movement of the body from your kneeling plank pose to your child pose is very comforting, right? One more time on this. Let's inhale, come forward, pause, gently bend the elbows just a little bit until you can drop your body, your hips down to the ground. Leave your hands right where they are, legs are long. Hands are next to the chest. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release down. Try it again. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release down. Inhale, cobra pose. Perhaps you're coming up this time on the tips of your fingers, a little different. Exhale, down. One more. Inhale, cobra, tips of fingers, or maybe no fingers are touching. Exhale, down. Good. On your next breath, inhale, cobra, exhale to child pose. Take your time, no rush. Breathe into your hips and lower back when you get here. Good. When you're ready, slowly back to your tabletop posture. Now you can stay right where you are. I'm going to turn here to face you in this tabletop as we bring ourselves to a little kneeling posture with hands to heart. So today, practicing our gate pose, let's take this right leg out long to the side with our left arm in the air. Taking a little tilt there, stretching, maybe shifting the gaze up towards that left arm. As you exhale, release into a kneeling side plank here. So our hand is on the ground next to that left knee. You could extend this upper arm over to extend the line of energy there. Let's flow through this. Back to gate pose. Exhaling to kneeling side plank. Back to your gate pose. Exhale, kneeling side plank. There might be someone that would like to lift that leg there for a little bit more. That's fun too, right? We can always add on to our practice. We get a little curious when we practice sometimes. So stay safe. If your leg is lifting, great. If it doesn't want to lift today, honor that as well, right? Let's end back in our gate pose. Very nice job. Again, pausing, breathing, shifting the gaze. And we'll exhale back to that kneel, hands to heart. You may want to rest in a little hero's pose here for a moment. Sitting back, tailbone between heels. Just honoring what you're doing here today with deep gratitude. Good, let's come back up to that kneeling posture. we'll set up our gate pose on the opposite side. Left leg long to the side, right arm in the air. A little bend towards that long leg. The gaze can shift up. Good, and we'll come into that flow. So kneeling side plank here. Your hand next to your right knee. And then we'll come on back. So we're using core muscles here in these two very simple poses. Right, flowing back and forth. A little work involved here. You may want to lift that left leg. Maybe that's working for you there. Little lift there, working through the strength of that hip. Good. Let's do just one more round of this. Exhaling. And we'll come back to our gate pose, pausing, shifting the gaze up. Breathing. Coming back to our kneel, hands to heart. Let's come back to our hero's pose, honoring our practice. Good, so hands situate back on the ground. We're coming back to tabletop. You can stay right where you are. I'll turn this way. Tucking your toes, shifting your hips back for our first downward facing dog. Readjusting your hands if you need to. Moving around in a little pedaling fashion if that will serve your body here. Perhaps there might be somewhere in the backs of the legs where you feel a little stuck energy. You might want to work that out with a little motion or movement or stretch. Good. Very nice. On your next breath, let's walk our feet up to our hands. We'll end up in a forward fold at the front of our mat. Drawing the chest towards the thighs, breathing again through any stuck energy in your back, your legs, without any forcing. Getting a little blood flow to the head there. Very nice. On your next breath, softening the knees slightly, inhaling, reverse hinging from the hips to come up to standing extended mountain pose. Feel free to take a little back bend there to stretch, lifting the heart up. And we'll bring the arms around and back to heart center. Let's do that 3 times, our half sun salutation. Inhale up, exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Lift halfway up to a flat back, and exhale back down into your fold. Inhale, bring yourself up, stretch, little back bend. Arms around, back to the heart. Same thing, inhale, exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway up, exhale, release, relax. All the way up, little back bend, joyful. Arms around, back to the heart. Last one. Inhale, exhale, swan dive. Lift halfway up, and exhale to release and relax. Inhale, come back up again. Lift the heart in joy, in gratitude. Arms around, back to the heart center. Beautiful. Very nice. Taking your leg to step yourself wide on the mat. So for most of you, that'll be your left leg, or it could be your right? Hands to heart. I like to do a little flow with toes out on the diagonal now. So we're going to start to open the hips up a little bit here with more flow. Let's bring the arms to 5-point star. And we'll bend the knees, bend the elbows, and take a little goddess squat here. So the weight shifts back onto your heels a little bit more. Elbows are bent. And inhale back up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up, good. And keep going. Beautiful. Good. Let's do one more. Coming back to 5-point star. We'll change this to a little sun flow. This time bend the knees, hinge at the hips, and sweep the arms down towards the mat. And back up again, make a little sun with the arms. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Let yourself feel a little free today, right? That's all part of the gratitude. The yoga brings this little feeling of I'm free, right? Everything is okay. 2 more times. We could do this for a long time, but just 2 more. 1 more now. 5-point star, very nice, good. Now, let's push the heels out and find our arms to a T shape. Turning the right foot so that the toes face the edge of the mat. Warrior 2, so we bend the knee there. Take your time. Let both feet be nice and flat, nice and grounded. Again, a little flow. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle, so your forearm on that thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale. This right arm can extend if you like that, or it can just come up into the air above the shoulder. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Let's do 1 more round. Exhale, good. Now coming back up to warrior 2, let's turn the palms of the hands to face forward, straightening out the right leg. Coming into triangle as we reach that right shoulder and arm forward. And then finding stability in our left hip and leg as the arms shift to more of a 6 o'clock shape there. Breathing. The head can turn upwards if you like. 2 more breaths. Good. Now on your next inhale, lift yourself up and out of the pose and back to 5-point star. So your feet have to shift a little bit. The toes turn out again. Find that same 5-point star, and we'll come back to our sun flow. 5 sun flows, right? Letting go and feeling free so that we can bring in that gratitude of the day. Beautiful. 2 more. 1 more. 5-point star it is. Here we are again. Let's find warrior 2. Shift the feet. Right, your left foot is the one that's going to turn. Right foot nice and flat, toes forward. Bend the front knee. Sink into that warrior. Breathe. Snugly feet to mat, right? Nice and snugly. Enjoying that earth below us. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. Again, same flow. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to side angle. Allow that left arm to play a little bit, if you'd like. It can come all the way overhead or extended diagonal. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Beautiful. This is a great flow to do in the morning. If you're doing it in the afternoon or evening, it's fine too. It's a nice flow for morning. And so let's do 1 more, right? 1 more, reverse warrior. Side angle, very nice. Slowly back to warrior 2. Turning the palms to face forward, straightening out your left leg, coming into triangle. So now that arm reaches. And then we find those 6 o'clock arms. Breathe. Shift the gaze up if you feel comfortable doing so. 1 more breath. Inhale, lift yourself up and then back to your 5-point star. Great. Let's bring hands to heart and pause here. Toe heel, walk your feet in. In. Pause here. Good. Now, can we just turn our bodies to the front of our mat and take a step up to the front of the mat? We'll try just a little bit of balance here. So today, practicing our Virabhadrasana 3, that is our warrior 3. Let's shift the weight to our right foot, lift the left heel. And now we'll take the left leg to a bent knee so that both of your knees are touching closely. Actually, not exactly touching, but very near each other. So your left foot is behind you. Now, if you think you want to try, just shift that left leg long and bring the torso forward for warrior 3. Flex that left foot a little bit. You might want to use your airplane arms here with the arms behind you. 2 breaths. Slowly back to your mountain. Pause there. Move around a little bit. Gentle smile. We'll try the other side. Left foot grounds, right heel lifts. And when you're ready, lifting the right foot off the mat. So the knees are close to each other and that foot is flexed behind you as if it's ready to press out. And then when you feel ready, just go ahead and press that right heel out, lengthening the leg. Your torso is going to come long forward. Breathing. If you want to try your airplane arms, you could try those. Taking 2 breaths. On your next breath, bend your right knee and come back to mountain. Good. Move around a little bit, gentle smile. Very nice. Let's drop the arms and inhale up. Little back bend again of joy, of gratitude for the day, for the practice. And when you're ready, exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Let yourself hang heavy here. Relaxing, relaxing. If you would like a ragdoll pose, grab onto your opposite elbows and just simply sway side to side a little bit. Side to side. Beautiful. Let's release those fingers down any way that you can, stepping all the way back to downward facing dog. Nice big stretch of the body. Right, long back, long legs. We're going to end this nice little sequence with 2 more little gentle flows here. Shifting the weight forward, dropping the knees, finding assisted plank pose. We've been here before. Exhale carefully down until the hips drop. Inhale, bring your heart through. Exhale to child pose. And feel free for some of you to take 1 more of those if you'd like. Inhale, coming forward to that assisted plank pose. Exhale down. Inhale, little cobra. And exhale all the way back to child. Let yourself rest. If you would like wider knees here, go wider with your knees. Melt down, melt down, melt down. Check in with your breathing. The breath will start to settle as the movement comes to stillness. Body is very smart, it knows what to do. Just as we started this practice, we're coming right back onto our backs to end the practice with some stretches. So feel free to just shift yourself down onto one hip, bring the legs around. Make sure you have enough room behind you to get ready to roll yourself back. I like to extend one leg out and pick up the other one and just carefully roll back that way. Knees to chest. When you get here, little side to side. A little massage again, right? Just like before. Now let's drop the right foot to the ground and find a pigeon pose with the left leg. So ankle onto the right thigh to set up your pigeon. Use left hand to press left thigh outwards, away from the body. Or as a second option, to lift the right leg in the air, hold onto the thigh and draw your figure 4 shape, your pigeon, closer. A little closer. And a little closer. Breathing. A little closer. Legs toward the chest. Gentle movements. If you have your right leg in the air, you could circle that ankle, get some movement through the ankle. Point and flex the foot, move it around a little bit. Give it some love. All right, now we're going to pause here for 3 breaths in stillness. We've got some tension on this pose, right? So we're working the pose close to the chest. Breathing. Good. One more nice breath here. On your next breath, bending your knee, dropping just the right foot to the ground. Keep the pigeon shape. And we'll bring the arms to a T to the sides. On your next exhale, we will tip the pigeon over to the right, as if somebody just pushed it over. Right? So your left foot might be coming towards the ground there. The side of your right thigh on the ground. Breathing here. We're working our left knee towards the front wall a little bit more. Be very kind here to your body. Few more breaths. Two more. Good. Now just the top leg will move. It will pick itself up and stack on the right. So you've got a knees stacked little twist here. Nice little knee stacked. Good. Let's draw the belly in. Bring the legs back to center. Feet flat. We'll bring our arms to our sides. Let's separate the knees a little bit and the feet a little bit so they're hips distance apart, and take a nice bridge pose just like we did earlier, but this one will hold for 3 breaths. Nice big bridge pose. One more. Exhale, bring yourself down. Good. Right ankle onto the left thigh. Our figure 4 pigeon pose. And again, your right hand could press that thigh, that right thigh away. Or second option, left leg lifts. Holding onto the thigh. Bringing your figure 4, your pigeon shape a little closer. And a little closer. And a little closer. So we keep working that, right? Notice when we breathe, that exhale can bring that a little closer. It may not be much. It may not even be movement, right? It just may be breath. But it's a little closer. And a little closer. Right? Your left ankle could circle in a few different directions, or maybe you're pointing and flexing the foot. It's a little movement there. And we'll take 3 more breaths right here. So we're at the edge of our figure 4 shape, right? This is about where we're going to be today. So we're accepting this with gratitude, that we're stretching our hips out. It's very good for the body. Now on your next exhale, let's bend the left knee and bring the foot to the ground. Keep the pigeon shape. And open your arms to a T. Right? The next exhale will tip the pigeon over to the left, as if someone just pushed your legs over and they dropped down. So your right foot might be on the ground, maybe just your right big toe is there, that's okay. The side of your left leg might be on the ground. And we're just breathing here, right? We're just letting the magic of this pose do a little work on our body. Moving our hips in 2 different directions, one internally rotated, one externally rotated. 2 more breaths. Notice your top leg there. That is the only thing that's going to move now. Let's pick it up and stack it onto the left leg. Melt yourself down. Relax here. Just relax. A gentle little twist there. Good. Let's draw the belly in. Bring ourselves back to center. Now, this time we'll bring our arms down to our sides and we'll bring the soles of the feet to touch each other like a little kiss, right? Like the balls of the feet are kissing and the heels are kissing, so the feet are kissing each other. Pause here. Notice your legs, your hips. Our last pose is another bridge pose in butterfly shape. So the sides of your feet are going to ground and we'll lift the hips up. Draw your shoulders down. This is a little harder for some. So we'll draw the shoulders down and then let the legs relax, relax, relax. Breathe for 3 breaths. 1 more. Exhale, release down. Keep the butterfly shape if you can. Bring your hips down. And then take a moment to bring both hands over your heart center for 3 breaths. Closing your eyes, having the gratitude, right? It's always there. Sometimes we have to dig it out, but it's there. That deep gratitude. We have so much to be thankful for right now in this moment. When you feel ready for your Shavasana, simply release your legs, let them straighten out to the corners of the mat. Let your arms come down to your sides, palms up to receive the gratitude now from the world, reminding yourself that others have practiced too at the same time today that you practiced. Someone else in the world was also practicing. We have gratitude for that. Stay here as long as you need to. I might suggest 4 to 5 minutes in your Shavasana. Just you, your body, and your breath. Taking this time for rest, for your joy that's deep inside. As always, I thank you all so very much for practicing with me. Allow yourself the time to complete this Shavasana as long as you need to stay here. Until we meet again, say Namaste to you.